Hello, I'm Geoff Hattam. Every year we're approached by a number of clients looking to sell their business. There seems to be a perception that there are a plethora of willing buyers out there ready to pay top dollar, but the reality is that it's not always the case. Today I'm going to talk to Andrew Mattner, my business partner, and we're going to run through some of the issues in relation to getting your business ready for sale. Andrew, what do clients need to do to get top dollar?
Geoff, look, there's a number of things, but I think before we start, I think it's important to make the point that before anybody starts a sales process, they need to have a financial and a retirement plan in place to identify what they need to get for the sale to meet their financial objectives. Is it okay that we start there?
Yeah, is that the reality? Do most clients have a retirement plan in place?
Look, most clients don't, but I think that's the important start point is to have that financial plan in place before they even think about selling the business.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So once we've got that in place, then the normal start point is for the sale process is to do a valuation on the business. A valuation of the business will consider what it's worth in the current economic climate and environment, given the industry and the market. It'll consider the financial performance and profitability and risks, and establish, I guess, what the business is worth compared to what it needs to be worth, thereby highlighting a value gap that might exist for the business owners.
So what is this value gap?
Well, a value gap is exactly what it seems. It's basically the difference between what the business is worth in today's economic climate and environment and based on its current performance, and what the business owners need to realise from the sale to meet their financial objectives.
Okay, so say for example the client needs $1 million to retire and the business is only worth $600,000, then you've got a value gap of $400,000.
Exactly right.
Right, okay.
So if we do then identify that value gap, then the business owners are in a position to go and do something about it and either remove the gap, close the gap, or alternatively they can reassess their expectations
on retirement.
Retirement, make other plans. So
how can we resolve assuming that a gap exists? How do we resolve it, Andrew?
Look, there's a number of things we can do, Geoff. First of all, it's really important that the business owners understand the valuation and what gave rise to the valuation of the business. For example, if the financial performance and profitability of the business is poor or below industry standards, then generally the valuation will be low. So the business owners can then do things such as improve margins or get rid of unprofitable profits or improve efficiency or reduce costs or a whole lot of things over a structured process to improve the profitability of the business. The next major thing that impacts on valuation is risk. Obviously, the riskier the business, industry or the certain business itself, the less somebody's prepared to pay for it. So if a business owner can reduce the risk for or the perceived risk for a purchaser, then generally they're prepared to pay a whole lot more.
Okay, fine. What risks do you need to be aware of?
Look, there's obviously a number of risks in running a business. Insofar as we look at valuation, there's a number of things to consider. We look at leases, so the existence of a good quality lease is important, or obviously the non-existence of the lease is a really big risk. The quality of their systems, the people, any secured distribution agreements or supply contracts, the quality of their suppliers and their purchasers, their team, and obviously the reliance on a small number of key people in the business, including the business owners, is a real risk for the business. So some of these can obviously be managed and reduced, some of them can't, but the more a prospective seller wants to or can reduce these risks, the more it will improve the valuation.
Okay, and so how long, it sounds like a fair bit of work involved, and how long does this process normally take?
Look, in my experience, Geoff, the owners that think about this well ahead of the planned exit date get the best result. I think getting a business ready for sale can generally take 2 years or more. So thinking well ahead as part of a strategy, establishing what those financial objectives and needs are, and then putting in place a structured plan, process, strategy over a time frame will give rise to the best results for the business owners.
I guess sometimes people are required to sell businesses at a time when it doesn't necessarily suit them as well. So you could argue that you should always have your business ready for sale.
Exactly right. And the better businesses, those with those systems and running a good business will generally get good values, or the valuation will be a lot more nearer their expectations right from the start. Exactly on the basis of what you said, running a better business.
Thank you. Okay, well thank you Andrew for that, and we'll see you next time.